In this video, I will briefly explain how Luke Skywalker's defeating Emperor Palpatine in the Legends Dark Empire saga may be a source for the upcoming Rise of Skywalker movie. The Dark Empire story begins with Luke being swept up in a massive Force-created storm. A Force storm in Legends era meant that a person extremely skilled at using the dark side could create a type of Force-generated wormhole. Luke was aboard a Lictor-class dungeon ship, which eventually landed on Biss. Now, Biss is a planet that held a secret Imperial citadel that was an important personal base for the Emperor. This is where Palpatine would have housed extra ships, troops, dark-side warriors. During and after the Great Purge, Biss was also where former Jedi returned to the dark side and reconditioned to serve the Empire as Inquisitors. Dark Sidious also kept specially designed Spartii cloning chambers in case his body was destroyed. Although these clones were notoriously mentally unstable and were prone to rapid degeneration. When Luke landed on Biss, he found that Dark Sidious had not died on the Death Star, but transferred his life essence into one of the clones on Biss. Luke becomes Sidious's apprentice and a Dark Lord of the Sith. Luke tried to resist, but was quickly overcome by the power of the dark side. Leia eventually helps Luke regain control of himself, and Luke tries to kill Palpatine by destroying the Spartii cloning tanks. However, before Luke could destroy all the cloning tanks, Palpatine transferred his essence into a nearby clone, and Luke and Palpatine fight in a lightsaber duel. Luke is defeated and brought aboard the Eclipse, Palpatine's flagship. Not long after, Leia helps Luke and manages to defeat Palpatine in another lightsaber duel. With Leia's help, they also repel a Force storm, using the light side. Darth Sidious then began to destroy the New Republic fleet near his flagship using an enormous Force storm. However, Palpatine was thwarted by Luke and Leia, who used light side energies to redirect the Force storm. In the Force storm, the Eclipse 1 is destroyed, and Luke goes to recover an ancient Jedi holocron afterwards on the ancient Jedi planet Ossus. While on Ossus, Luke fights several of Palpatine's dark side acolytes. After defeating the Darksiders with the help of a former Jedi Knight, Impetogios Brand, who I will refer to as Brand for the remaining video, they destroy Luke races off to stop Sidious from taking his nephew, Anakin Solo. And aboard the Eclipse 2, Palpatine had already taken Luke's nephew. But R2-D2 actually is pretty cool in this story. He ends up destroying the Eclipse 2, Palpatine's second flagship. And in a duel between Brand and Palpatine, ended up fighting Brand, and Brand was nearly dead. Palpatine was defeated, and his body kind of gave up, or his host body was destroyed. But Palpatine's spirit went to take over Anakin Solo, Luke's nephew, in Legends, and his essence transfer is actually interrupted, and Bran kind of intercepts that spirit. And Bran somehow managed to contain the Emperor's essence in his dying body, thus ending the Empire, the Dark Empire saga, and the Emperor's hold over Luke Skywalker and the entire galaxy. So, this Legends story, the Dark Empire story in Legends, was really interesting for its time because it allowed a Jedi Knight to succinctly defeat his greatest enemy and the greatest threat to the New Republic, to the Old Republic, and to his own personal safety. While defeating this great power and great enemy, Luke underwent a massively important trial. Luke's trial gave him the preparation necessary to become a Jedi Master. Having successfully defeated his greatest enemy and learning more in the Force, Luke was then allowed to begin reforming the entire Jedi Order. Luke previously was not able to train the next generation of Jedi Knights. However, after completing his trial and journey against the light side, he was more than ready to resurrect the Jedi Order as the new Jedi Grand Master. The Dark Empire saga and Legends is really interesting because it allows a Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker, to succinctly defeat his greatest enemy, both a political adversary in the Emperor, Sheev Palpatine, and a Force-based adversary, Darth Sidious. And Luke is not only transforming the galaxy in the sense that preventing such a political takeover again clears up a lot of New Republic struggle, but he's also creating a new environment in which the dark side is no longer what it was, which allows him to recreate the Jedi Order and reform the Jedi Order the way he sees it to be best made. And after completing his trial by defeating the Emperor and returning to the light side, he was more than ready to resurrect the Jedi Order as the new Jedi Grand Master. Likewise, Rey is incredibly strong in the Force, but lacked the confidence and knowledge to defeat the dark side. Although, after the trial she faces in the Rise of Skywalker, she will become ready to teach the next generation of Jedi, without facing a truly great adversary like the Emperor. The light side of the Force will not have an individual who can equal the power of the dark side. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing and leaving a question. Subscribing to this channel helps you stay updated on the content I make and helps me to reinvest into the channel. Questions help me to improve the quality of my content and the quality of my explanations. Thank you for watching, and stay fantastic.